Hey guys, it's Dobbo here. Now, the NRL season might be over, but that doesn't mean the fun can't stop with Ladbrokes. Now, our great friends at Ladbrokes, you go and download the Ladbrokes app. You can join Mates Mode. We'll be having a little flutter over the Spring Carnival, and also with the Ashes series coming up, go and join our pot, Inside Ball, and just watch this space. But if not, just get on, download the Ladbrokes app and join it today. I absolutely love Ladbrokes. I get on, I have a little flutter most weeks. Sometimes you go well, sometimes you even go better when you're with the Rainmaker. But hey, go and join it today. Yeah, go and join it today. Enjoy it. We've got lots more coming on. Go to the little bullseye where it says more, then you hit Mates Mode, then you go Inside Ball, join the revolution. G'day and welcome to Inside Ball. Kevin Walters is obviously in England preparing for the Ashes. So a bloke that loves white-handing him and taking his seat at Fox Sports now joins me as the co-host of Inside Ball while he's away. Adam Reynolds, hello.
How you going, mate? It's
All
good
right.
to finally return serve on Kev. He's always into me about taking his seat at Fox. So.
Yeah, well, you're back, mate. You're back. Just before we say thank you to Ladbrokes, go to Mates Mode. Then hit hosted Mates. Go to more Mates Mode, hosted pot. Type in Inside Ball. We will be having a hosted pot for this weekend. Cox Plate, Australia versus England, and then obviously Tonga and Samoa will get it. Breaking news. Let's get into it. We've got 2 test matches this weekend. Unbelievable. But Jonah Pezet, Brisbane Bronco, 27, 28, 29. It also is he's at Parramatta next year. Were you shocked?
Yeah, caught everyone off guard, I think. But look, the club's doing what they need to do to secure the future. Some good young quality halves coming through. Kevie Black just purchased a kid from North Queensland.
Tom Duffy, like that's what I don't understand. And I got to ask you. I mean, you got Kevie Black, who's 19 now. He not unproven. He's been playing intra Super Cup. It takes a while to get him going. Duffy's played first grade. Is it that you need depth? Jonah Pezet's proven he played in that semi-final. So I don't understand. 3 don't go into 1.
Yeah, I think any time quality halves come on the market, you need to have a serious look. I mean, there's some really good quality halves out there, and they're ultimately the difference at the end of the season. So, yeah, he's been in a great system at Melbourne. He's learned his trade under one of the best coaches that we've seen in the NRL, and obviously he's had some handy players in front of him. So
he's played behind Hughes and Munster in the halves, so he's learned a little bit from them as well.
Yeah.
What do you make of the kid? I mean, Braithen Astor manages him. This deal was done, obviously, very secretly. Brisbane were never even in the mention, so that says it's been Brisbane the whole time. When that's the way it always works.
Yeah, well, I honestly haven't seen too much of him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, he's played a lot of Queensland Cup, from my understanding. He's had a handful of first grade games, and he's looked good at first grade level. So when you got the quality of Munster and Hughes sitting in front of you, it's hard to get a game. And for him, he's probably sick of waiting in the wings, and wants an opportunity. So Brisbane's on the up, got a quality spine there, and no doubt, he's going to feature heavily.
I'm not going to even get you on this, but I mean, there's no guarantee you retire at the end of next year.
No, there's not. I feel like I've still got some good footy left in me. Obviously, next year will tell whether I would like to go on or not. But, decision definitely hasn't been made yet.
Been made by the club.
Oh, we don't know. We'll see.
Anyway, I'm just saying, like, you'll be playing football. I think you still got more football in you. Like, that's me. And I don't know where it is, but you understand the decision. Those kind of decisions, that's a 10-year decision plan to get a bloke like that.
Yep.
But I do feel for Kevie Black. I do feel for, like, those kind of guys. But there's no guarantee that you're a lock, is there? I mean, like, if you're contracted, and you play lights out, that happens.
Yeah, we've seen that this year with, some quality players that missed out. Selwyn Cobbo is one that missed out. Jesse Arthur's. And Madge is a player that picks on form. And obviously if you're playing good footy, you represent the club with your best interest. And, he likes seeing players in form. And I think the competition there amongst the team is what gets the best out of each other as well. So no doubt it'd be good to have that competition in and amongst the squad, and pushing them into some greater years to come.
Yeah, good signing. 27 he'll come there. We did see that with Lewis Dodd and Jamie Humphreys, and Lewis Dodd came here as the 7, never ever strike a shot. I'm not saying in any way Jonah Pezet's that, but that it is played on that. All right, 2 big games of football this weekend. I can't believe we're talking about rugby league back into October, but we'll start with the Ashes. Reece Walsh at fullback, Mark Nawangani-Tawase, Gemmett in this side. Did you like the makeup of this Australian side that'll take on England Saturday night, Sunday morning?
Yeah, I really like it. I think it's going to be a quality game. I mean, England aren't going to be walkovers. They've got some quality of their own. You only have to look at the final series that some of their players had. Well, Brimson
never even made the starting side. He's 18th man. So, I mean, there's some quality footballers in that team.
Yeah, 100%. I had an interest in Hull KR, obviously, with Willie coaching over there. So I watched a fair few of their games, and the quality in England is high.
Yeah.
And no doubt they'll be up for the challenge. So I'll be tuning in as a fan.
Yeah.
I think it's Saturday night, early Sunday morning. So, looking forward to seeing a tough game.
Tommy Dearden at 14, what's your thoughts on that?
I like it.
You do?
Yeah, I think Tommy is an out-and-out footballer. And then obviously, fatigue comes into the game. No doubt England will be fired up at the start of the game, which will present that fatigue. Whether it's before half-time or after half-time, some fresh legs. Dearden's running game's elite, and no doubt he'll worry England at the back end of the half or into the second half.
Can I ask you, when you look at that side, and I mean, I look at it and go, righto, Grant, he's a lock. When you look at the forward pack, Tino, Carrigan, you've got Lindsay Collins in there, you've got Reuben Cotter. Like it is a very, very strong side. Hudson Young and Crichton on the edges, how difficult are they to handle? You've had to defend both those blokes at different stages. How hard are they to defend?
Yeah, extremely difficult. I mean, they break tackles more often than not. And one-on-one with a halfback. I mean, they're big bodies, they're strong, they're fast, they're mobile, they're agile. They're a handful. So anytime, the Australian halves can get them one-on-one with the opposition, I'm sure it's going to create some momentum, get them quick play the balls, and off the back of that, I see Harry Grant getting out and running them up.
Yeah. Would you have taken Reece over Dylan Edwards? I mean, God Almighty, you want to talk about a horse race, neck and neck, like that. And Kevie will join us a little later. But how difficult, in your opinion, that's a hard. Like, I mean, Reece he's not untried at that level, but Edwards has been just such a baller for such a long time.
Yeah, well, he's been the mainstay for however many years now, and he's played on the wing. He's done his apprenticeship, and he's moved into the fullback role at rep level for Australia, and hasn't missed a beat. Every time he's put on that jersey, he's done the jersey proud. But you can't ignore the form of Reece Walsh. The last month of football, I don't think we get the job done for Brisbane if he's not in the team. So while the iron's hot, you got to strike, and it's certainly hot. And then you throw the players around him, Cleary, Munster. You got such a dominant team on paper, but it's how they bring him into the game and how they get him looks at the opposition, because no doubt England will be there to rattle the cage.
So you're tipping Australia. I think Australia win it. I think it's going to be closer than people think. The fields are a fraction smaller, but from all in all, I think Australia, if they can get it right, they do it easy.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset. I mean, especially game one. They've got a lot to play for. They've been talked about, not being the better quality of football out of the two codes or two sides of rugby league, but they've got strike right across the park too. Mikey Lewis is in fantastic
Morgan Knowles,
form. Morgan Knowles, they've got quality right across the park. So, I mean, they can use that as motivation. I think
Herbie will want it. That matchup, Stags versus Herbie's going to be big.
Well, there's always something in that. Former teammates that always love competing against each other, whether it's at training or playing in games. Herbie hasn't played for footy for a number of weeks now, so knowing him, he's working extremely hard in the background. And he'll be hungry, as too will the rest of the team. So I'm predicting a low-scoring game. Aussies to win by, I'll say 6.
I'm with you. Sunday, 50,000 Suncorp Stadium. I can't believe it. I'm covering this game. Tonga v Samoa. I mean, your great mate Payne he played on the weekend. You would have watched that New Zealand victory over Samoa. Tonga have been with just some huge footballers, Izzy Katoa, but the scenes yesterday with Dean Mariner and Brian To'o and the Hammer and Payne, all of them there in front of thousands of screens, just unbelievable. This game on Sunday is going to be spectacular. Pacific nations playing against each other, and it just shows why Brisbane is the rugby league capital. I mean, you don't get 50,000 in Sydney. You just don't. Yeah,
well, anytime there's a game in Brisbane, doesn't matter if it's, Samoa versus Tonga or me and you rolling dice down the street, they turn up. So, the fans here are magnificent. And then you throw in, Samoa and Tonga, they're probably...
Their side's unbelievable.
Two most passionate supporter bases in rugby league. Seen last week, Samoa dominated the crowd in New Zealand, and we've seen that in the past with Tonga as well. So I'm a bit disappointed I won't be able to get to the game, but I'll be definitely tuning in, and to see the boys perform the way they did last week was, pretty special.
Who do you like in this one? I mean, they're both very similar sides, but
yeah,
I think Christian Wolf's got Tonga. I mean, Izzy Katoa, that's the one for me that I think, like you put Izzy involved, like he could do anything.
Yeah.
I just think that they're just a little, maybe Tonga might just be a little stronger.
Well, I'm sitting towards Samoa. I think the longer the game went on the weekend, they looked the better team.
Yeah.
I mean, the first half, they sort of looked like they didn't get into their groove. New Zealand dominated possession early, and I think they'll be better for the run, having played the week before. I mean, Tonga hasn't played for, most of the boys haven't played since the season finished, whether it was out of the 8 or in the 8. I just think having that week of football will benefit Samoa, especially earlier on in the game. And if they can carry the form they did, through that New Zealand game towards the back end, I think they'll be hard to stop.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So you're tipping Samoa and Australia over the course of the weekend.
Yep.
Hammer, he's declared, he's played for Australia, he's declared.
Yep.
What, I'm fascinated with you on eligibility. I mean, everybody says it's betterment for the game, but it's still, I still burn a bit, like there's part of me that burns a bit that you people
you're not happy. I quite like it. I think, the World Games should be competitive. I think if we have all the players for Australia playing for Australia, we just dominate the World Games. So, I like seeing, the Tier 2 nations, Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, Cook Islands, PNG, all competing.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if we seen a, Samoa, Tonga World Cup final. Because of the quality that they've got from players who have played Origin. They've got that experience, and I don't think it's fair that Australia has all those players. Don't get me wrong, I still think Australia are very dominant and got, loads of talent right across the board, but to see those other nations competing and at a high level, as a rugby league fan, that's what I want to see.
All right. R360. Bit of news being there. What do you think of 10-year ban? What do you think? I mean, it rules you out, Ren. I mean, you're no chance these days.
Well, if I can get a 10-year contract, I might go.
You still keep on going. You're 56. What do you think of it? How do you ban a player for 10 years from bettering themselves?
Yeah, I mean, well, one, it just comes out and says that probably the NRL need to allow the players to try and earn a bit more money.
Yeah.
If money's the main motivation, well, they're going to go to wherever that is.
Let their IPs be a little bit more profitable.
Yeah, well, we see jersey sales in the NBA and
NFL.
NFL over in England, they wear their name on the back of the jerseys, and if you can, try and earn an extra dollar through that, I don't see a problem. I mean, I've got a problem with salary cap rorts and all that sort of stuff, but for the high marketable players in the comp, they shouldn't have a worry about earning money outside of the game.
So how does that work? And excuse my ignorance, and I know Shador Sanders, Sanders in the Browns, they said his jersey sales, he's sort of made $3 million out of jersey sales. It's just a percentage of each jersey that gets sold.
Yep.
No matter what, it goes back to him.
Yeah, and I think that works well for the NRL as well, because obviously the more jersey sales, the more they view the product of the game. The club benefit, the NRL benefit, the player benefits. So it's a sort of a chain reaction there. But yeah, it is.
Names on the back of jerseys?
Yeah, I think that's one way to do it.
Geez, Walsh would be a millionaire. Well, I mean, Walshy, can you imagine Walshy?
Yeah.
Walshy, we have to put a cap on Walshy.
But I mean, at the end of the day, Walshy puts bums on seats.
Yeah.
His fan base is enormous. And
yeah.
he shouldn't have a limit on how much he can earn, to be fair.
No, that's valid.
He's walking around, being an ambassador for the game 24/7, and he's expected to live his life that way because of who he is and what he does on the field. But there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to capitalise on that and earn some money. That would prevent players, I reckon, going cross code and different rivals.
Yeah, I like it. All right. We're going to talk with Kevin Walters very shortly. He's joining us, and obviously I'm going to ask him some hard-hitting questions about Camp Australia. This weekend, the Cox Plate, obviously, and we're going to put a little mates mode hosted pot again. I think it's Viva Lastina. Like everybody says, it's a favourite roaring, but I think Tony Gollan, a big chance as well.
Well, Tony Gollan's probably one of the best trainers in Australia, if not in the world. So, I mean, it's such a big race where, I wouldn't be surprised if an outsider comes from, the depths to win it.
Yeah, I will be there. And so if you see me, come and say good day to me. The Ladbrokes Cox Plate, I will be down there.
Punish him.
Reno, appreciate you. Thank you for giving us our review and preview of what is going to be a huge game. Kevin Walters joining you next. We'll catch you shortly. Well, we said we'd bring him live from England, 24 hours out from the first test match, live from his hotel room, late at night ahead of tomorrow's big clash. The great Kevin Walters. We've had Adam Reynolds as your co-host. He sat in your seat and said, finally, he's ousted you out of his seat. He then bailed. But hello, Kev. How are you, mate?
No, good, Dobbo. How are you, mate? Look, great to be back on the show again. I missed the podcast since I've been away, but we're back into it now. It's back into the swing of things. It's only been 7 days, but it feels like a lot longer, I've got to say.
Mate, firstly, can I just say, your attire, we just posted a photo of you standing outside in a beautiful MJ Bale suit. You had the little knitwear on. You went to the Australian Embassy. I mean, no one could have thought Kevin Walters could have looked so good.
Well, the MJ Bale kit brought us all up nice, didn't it, Dobbo?
Unbelievable.
I thought we looked really nice. And I just share a story there at Australia House. So we're invited there, obviously, by the High Commission, and the marble there inside the building, which it's marble from Australia from 1914.
Is that
holding
right?
up the pillars, that go from top to bottom. So
unbelievable.
And the commissioner there, Steve, he was very grateful to get the Australian team in there and all the guys, and obviously in our suits. Well, not so much our suits, but our jackets, and looking very
You're looking
schmick
sharp, mate. You're looking sharp. Is that number 10
all
Dowling Street you were standing outside the front of? Did I see that photo of you? Is that right?
Yes, well, we'll get Darcy to put a clip up of that as well. So getting through into 10 Downing Street, we didn't meet the Prime Minister. We were hoping to meet the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, I think his name is, but he couldn't make
have that
it.
One. You can have that one.
So Stephanie Peacock, who was the sports person, for England, for Great Britain, she was there, and they had both myself and the two coaches were there, and also the two captains of both teams. So it was a great photo, like 10 down, Dobbo, to get through the gates of Downing.
Mate, 10 Downing Street, that's unbelievable, mate. Unbelievable.
There is 4 police there with shotguns and machine guns and ready, and then you go through the security. You got to take everything off, belts and watches and everything. And then we got through, and then just saw the front door of 10 Downing. Didn't manage to little sneak inside, but no, it was a good experience. That was earlier this afternoon.
Yep.
The promotion that the game is getting, Dobbo, is huge over here. They're going to break the record for a Wembley Test for rugby league. Now the record stands at 57,000 people, and I'm going to say 200 or 300, right? And that was in the 1994 Kangaroo Test, Test 1. They believe that record will be smashed, on Saturday, somewhere up around 65,000, which is great for the game, really
Awesome
good for the game. For the international game, Dobbo, it's great.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kev. Okay, let's get into it. How's the week been? Firstly, I just want to say you must be happy back coaching again. You're a career coach. You've always said that, and you're coaching the best players in the game. Was there a little bit of nerves back on the grass when you grabbed the clipboard and the whistle when you first went back into it?
Always nervous, Dobbo, and that's what coaching brings. That adrenaline side of it. In in the system. But look, I got to say, I can't fault any of our players. They've been absolutely amazing, particularly with our preparation on the training. Now, we've had some great venues that we've been training at as well. We've sort of swapped venues from last week into this week. Now, we're at Harrow's school, which is a private school in London. It's one of the elite private schools in London. So at this school, a lot of the stars, children get sent to this school because it's obviously very prestige. It's something like 60 or 70,000 £70,000 a year to board there. And the fields and the surrounds. I'll try and get some pictures back to you. The facilities they have are, it's elite.
Second to none.
Yeah, how's your superstar been there, Reece Walsh? Is he no one there? Like, I mean, you talk about going where all the stars are. The biggest star in your side, Reece Walsh. Is he at all recognised in London?
Yeah, of course he is, Dobbo. Yeah, they're actually shopping. He told me the story yesterday. They were shopping and walking through the shops, and Isla Fisher,
yeah.
She bumped. She knew Walshy. She said, "Oh, Reece Walsh, what are you doing here?" He said, "Oh, I'm over here playing Test football for my country." She said, "Oh, how good is that?"
She's recently single. She's recently single as well. So
I didn't mention. I didn't go down that path, Dobbo, but and also Dobbo, staying at the hotel, we've got the Ajax who are playing tonight at what's their stadium? Stamford Bridge. Against Chelsea in the not
you
the
got an EPL side. You got an EPL side or an overseas. Who's Ajax? Is it a soccer team?
Ajax is overseas. Yeah, they're an overseas. Playing in the Champions League tonight.
Talk about soccer on this show.
So Harry, Ava, and Mackenzie, they've all gone to that tonight. They've gone. They're still there now.
They're still there. Yeah. Well, they're not at the game anymore. They're not at the game anymore. I'll just give you the tip now. It's late at night. They're not at the game. I suspect they're out. Yeah, okay, Kev.
And we got the Springboks staying at this hotel as well. It's bloody amazing, mate.
This is just a melting pot of superstars. Who's the biggest dog there in the team? Firstly, who's the alpha in the Kangaroos at the moment?
The alpha in the Kangaroos. I'm going to go the skipper, mate. Isaiah Yeo has been amazing. Real leader of men, like really good. Who is the culture king? Well, Gordy had the baton, but the Foxes pinched the baton off Gordy, I can tell you.
I love this.
He's got the beatbox going all day, on the bus, off the bus, at training, and his range of songs, Dobbo, it's amazing.
Really? He loves
everything covered from the 1920s and 30s. Tie me kangaroo down, sport, everything. He's got everything going, mate.
Oh my God! How good has he been, the Fox? And we're going to talk a bit of footy in a minute, but and you say that culture, he's just, and you talked about how he'd rung you. He's just been a great part of this squad already.
Yeah, certainly. The energy that he brings to the group is amazing. It's just from sun up till sundown, and it's just and at the right times too. And obviously, he's been training really. You forget how fast these guys are, Dobbo, when you're not working directly hands-on on a weekly basis. But the Fox has been flying over here on the wing with his training. He's ready to light up Wembley, certainly. Well, all the boys are, actually. They've been training really well. And, I'm really pleased that we brought 24 players over because the level of training, the standard of training has been really high, which is going to help us on Saturday, of course.
Kev, earlier in the week you had the London Broncos. You had semi-opposed. How was that, and how was that, I suppose that's the first semi-opposed football most of these guys have played since the NRL season had stopped.
Yeah, certainly. But we didn't use too many of their players. They sent a squad of 4 or 5 players there, to assist us with our numbers, but we only used a couple. It was mainly the Australians v. the Australians. Yep. Darren Lockyer was down at training. Regan Campbell-Gillard dropped into training as well, so earlier in the week. But it was a good session for the opposed. It was really good preparation for Saturday. So we're all very much focused now on Saturday in the test. It's an afternoon game, Dobbo, 2:00, obviously London time. So that'll be really good for our fellas. They don't get the opportunity to play too much in the daytime, and we saw, in the NRL finals, those Sunday afternoon games, the attack of both teams just really came alive. So we're expecting a pretty fast and physical game on Saturday.
talk to me about the decision of the fullback. Dylan Edwards has won 4 premierships. Reece Walsh has just won a premiership. They're both elite footballers. Like, you can't split them. You've gone with Reece this week. Was it just because of the form you just couldn't not pick him?
Well, it couldn't be denied, Dobbo. And I did speak to some of the other, senior players over here on the tour, about some of the selections, and they were all for it as well, because he's just been so dynamic in the last sort of 8 weeks of the competition, and he's the Clive Churchill medalist. Of course, Dylan's a former Churchill medalist as well. So we're in a good position right across the board with all the selections and the spots and the competition for spots. From our fullback, from our centres. Bradman Best, I felt a bit sorry for him. Shibasaki got the nod there because of his form through the finals and his form this year at the Broncos, and of course at Origin as well. He was outstanding. So he's another one on debut. And also Mark Nwanga-Nitawase. Well, he's been a big hit over here with the players. What an athlete he is, Dobbo.
Good bloke, Kev.
Good bloke. Great fella, mate. His Fijian background obviously suits his calmness and his presence. He's actually quite a big body. And
he's a big body,
Big Gordy's falling in love with all these blokes, mate. He is falling in love with all of them. Big Marky Mark. He couldn't believe the size of some of these guys up close,
Yeah.
And so he's been a revelation as well. All the players, Dob, I can't fault them with their attitude, especially towards training. Now, we've had a bit of fun on the side as well, but also and a lot of commitments as well. We're in the Australia House with the High Commission earlier in the week, and then there's been the media launch back at Wembley Stadium as well, where we took 5 or 6 players there. So, yeah, it's been really good. The prep's been good, but we're getting closer now to game time, which we're all happy about as well.
Can I ask about one thing? Did you see the Marky Mark rocking up with the Wallaby suitcase when he was flying? Did you see that vision? Like, he had the Wallaby suitcase when he said, he flew over with a Wallaby suitcase. They were all saying, he's like, mate, I'm a jewel. I can do both. Get him a kangaroo suitcase.
We got him one, Dobbo, but it's obviously that's for his private kit, his personal kit that he needs, because he's very well groomed, Dobbo. He's one of Dobbo, the kit that these fellas get around in. It's so slick. It make you and I look like pensioners, mate.
Unbelievable. Seriously. You guys look unbelievable. What are you expecting from England tomorrow? And let me just say this now. 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon will be 11 p.m. here in Brisbane that night. It'll be 11 p.m. kickoff that you can watch that game on Saturday night. I'm going to the Cox Plate. I'll be somewhere in some dodgy joint in Melbourne watching Kevie get the first test done. 11 p.m. It'll be actually 12 in Victoria. But if you're in Queensland...
You'll still be up and about then, Dobbo.
100% I will be. 100% I will be.
On Ladbrokes, mate. Get the Ladbrokes app going.
Of course we will be. Now, listen, so 11 p.m. that game kicks off here in Queensland for you tomorrow night. Now, can you just talk to me about... And
the English side, mate, look, they've been Aaron Woods earlier in the week. Come on, we probably shouldn't even give it any airtime, but that's been washed, through the river here. Ridiculous comments, right?
Yeah.
So, but look, we're very respectful of this English side. They've got great talent through their backs, their outside backs, particularly Herbie Farnworth. He's been outstanding for the Dolphins this year, and he's back from that hamstring injury, so he's been one that we've got to keep an eye on. And their forward pack, just big, strong Englishmen, Dobbo. And we know, having played over here myself and actually watched a lot of Test football over here, but the crowd here is really amazing, and they will lift their players as well. So we're expecting a really tough and physical game for Test 1.
Yeah, I don't think you got any worries. I think I don't want to put the mogger. I think you're going to do it easily, and I love the fact, Kev, that you've given us some time on game eve. We appreciate it. We understand how special this is, and it's such a huge honour. 60,000 people singing at Wembley. I can't wait. I know you've got all the family over there as well. Best of luck.
Yep.
Go well. Any good food? You got any good food? I mean, you're a food connoisseur. Just for everybody back home, you tried any fancy stuff? You had a couple of Guinness, or what the beer?
The boys had a few Guinness on the first night, and they playing that game where you've got to drink it
Well, Gordy's the master of that. I've seen Gordy do that, where you can get it to the half point. Has he been all the culture? I mean, he said to me the day before he left, he was nervous going, and I've seen a bit of footage with him. How's he been, the bull over there? Like everything he wanted.
Fantastic, Dobbo. Yeah, just
I'm
around
so
the
happy.
players. He's a good person to have around the group because he's been there and done it before, and also he loves telling stories and he loves talking to the boys and just watching. He's been a big help for me as well around, a few things with training and the like. So, but yeah, he's been great around. All the staff have been very good. We've got a staff of 12 over here. I'm really happy with what everyone's doing and their input towards the overall connection of the group, Dobbo. That's been the big one for me, is connecting these guys together really quickly to take on the English. And I'm confident that we're connected well. We just got to go out now and play well.
Well, as I said earlier with Ren, we've got the hosted pot going this weekend again. So you go to more, then go to Mates Mode. We're all in, mate. We've got more on that. So join the pot, $25 to back the Kangaroos. We're all on the Kangaroos. So back that, go to Mates Mode, join Inside Ball. Kev, we'll talk to you next week. We appreciate you giving us some time. I know it's very late on game eve. We appreciate you. Yep. Thank you so much.
That's all good, Dobbs. Go the Inside Ball. Go Ladbrokes.
Go the Kangaroos.
Go the Kangaroos.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.